so I'm out here playing at my home course, Maple Grove, and I come up to hole 18, I'm putting out, and some guy comes walking up to me. He goes, "Hey buddy, I'll give you a beer if you whip your pecker out." I'm like, "I ain't gotta do that." So I go and I call the ranger. He goes, "Well, hold on, whoa, wait a minute, I'll give you 2 beers. I'm like, "What the fuck?" A couple minutes later, ranger comes up. He goes, I told him what happened. He goes, "Well, where'd the guy go?" I said, "Well, he went back in those woods over there, and
Welcome back. We are headed to Chocowinity, North Carolina, in a month to crown our 22nd champion. Chad Cronauer has signed to participate this year. He returns after winning the 21st event on the final 54th hole at Metamora Fields. Everybody's excited, so I'm here today to update everybody on the 2023 Carl Spackler Open. The new registration acceptance process was installed last November and went rather well. We had 99 registrations and unregistered just 12 golfers. Our new process is designed to boost contribution while allowing tournaments of all different shapes and sizes. Posting scorecards from rounds played, knowledge of our basic golf rules, contributing to mobile scoring, and making on-time payments is now required steps to elevate the event. So last fall, the Captain's Club was proposed a simpler alternative for the Carl Spackler Open that involved ridding itself of the handicap system, the competition itself, senior tees, yardages, the golf rules, posting scorecards, all that stuff. I proposed letting everyone just play golf the way they wanted, have fun, and remove efforts to collect scorecards and that kind of thing. The Captain's Club talked about it, dismissed that, and they unanimously decided to keep the Carl Spackler Open a handicap golf tournament with rules and requirements of its players. So with that said, this press conference is a general update, but it's also going to dive into some of the examples of our basic golf rules. So let's start with the lost ball. All right, so we're off the fairway. We're kind of in the woods. Last year at Metamora Fields, this would be the fescue. And so I can't find my ball. My ball could be out of bounds, but I can't find it. I am not allowed to walk in that person's property looking for my ball. It's out of bounds. It's private property. That's the purpose of white stakes, is your off golf course property. So I'm not walking over there. I can't find my ball. I think it's lost. I'm at 259 yards on my watch from the green. So I am going to walk, taking a 2-stroke penalty off the tee box. So I hit my first shot in the woods, I've lost it. I'm taking a penalty 2, I'm taking a penalty 3, and I'm going to be hitting 4. I'm walking out to the fairway. I was 259 yards where I lost my ball. I look at my watch, I'm 263, so I'm going to walk up 261. 1 more yard is 260. I'm going to drop it in the fairway. My ball is back in play. I'm hitting 4. In other news, we lost a great one last fall when Alan Bittner passed away. We'll honor him on our annual bag tag and bring a little of him with us in 2023. This winter, a few videos were uploaded to this channel, including the new Telegram setup for your phone, a video that explains our multiple websites, and an explanation of how golf courses are entered into poststats.com. The entire notebook was scrapped, rewritten, and published. Both a new rookie introduction document and rookie orientation document were published. These documents contain clear expectations of the Carl Spackler Open and, more importantly, what is expected of you. Moving on to the fun stuff. Cypress Landing Golf Course is expected to fit our portfolio of golf courses. The terrain is going to be very flat. However, trees will return to the Carl Spackler Open in a big way for the first time in 4 years. The golf course is going to snake through thousands of trees, much like Mountain Valley in Pennsylvania. We're going to play inside a housing development for the first time since South Padre Island in Texas. So there's going to be a lot of houses at Cypress Landing and a lot of white stakes and out of bounds almost on every hole. So let's review the rule surrounding the white stakes. All right, so you can see the white stake line that's out of bounds. There's a fence there. Just because there's no houses there, this ball is out of bounds. I am not even allowed to pick that up. I have to leave it there. That's on private property. So I leave it there. I check my watch. I'm 302 yards away. I'm going over to the fairway, and I'm going to drop it 303 yards from the green. So let's go back to talking about Cypress Landing Golf Course. In addition to houses, there's going to be water all over the place. Half the holes are going to have water hazards. Those are going to be staked in yellow and red. So let's take a minute and talk about that rule, the red or the yellow stakes, which are now referred to as penalty areas. That short that's in the water, stakes are yellow. At Carl Spackler Open, we play yellow as red. We're not taking the drop up on the green. We're taking the drop back here, 2 club lengths from the water. I hit my third shot in the water. Penalty 4. I'm hitting 5 right now. So we collected participant options for most of you in February, March, and April. We have one more set of participant options that'll be collected in either late May or early June. This final set of options will collect food preferences, beverage preferences, confirmation of the golf rules, mobile website setup, and whether you're going to be on the roster for scoring the tournament. We have a welcome player meeting scheduled for Wednesday night inside the hotel breakfast area. The meeting will begin at 9 p.m. We will introduce ourselves, introduce rookies, distribute gifts, discuss golf course beverages and their process, the range balls, answer your questions. We'll talk about what the weather's going to look like, senior tees, pace of play, and our happy hour. In other news, a Carl Spackler Open staple, Justin Gorby, is rumored to be working hard on his golf game this offseason. A source told me that he's been analyzing his golf statistics and spending a lot of time in his basement. Let's take a sneak peek into Justin's basement in Columbus, Ohio, and see how he is doing.
Hey Greg, good to hear from you. I'm here in Buckeye Country, or as Ridgeway and I like to call it, long drive country. But in digging through the data and looking at my performance in years past, I've noticed I'm giving up strokes on the green. I'm putting in the time this year, working on my putting. I didn't forget about the long ball, but I've got to win this one on the greens. It's going to be a grind, but I think the putts are going to go in this year. The jacket is coming back to Ohio, baby.
Looks good, Justin. I hope your hard work pays off in North Carolina and you bring Ohio home its first golden jacket in 8 years. I would recommend, though, that you add another statistic to that clipboard: alcohol consumption. Let's move on. We had a very large convention center reserved in downtown Washington, North Carolina. There was a rental fee associated. We recently booked a caterer. In that process, we found out that the restaurant has a free large banquet facility. So we decided to move the awards dinner and presentation to this new location, which is just a couple blocks from the convention center. So every single Carl Spackler Open that's been held has been different. This is no exception. This year is not being held in Peoria. The hotel does not have a bar and not a bar within walking distance, so we have to go the 5-minute drive into Washington if we're going to drink beer excessively. We are not welcome to be loud and obnoxious in the hotel. The nightly entertainment is slated for outdoor evening at Blackwater Jack's, Pitt Street Brewing, and the Market Street Pub. Blackwater Jack's has live music. Pitt Street is waterfront. And the Market Street Pub remains open until 11 p.m. daily and 2 a.m. after round 2. So let's switch gears and go back to another basic golf rule. Touching your ball, or let me say, you shouldn't be touching your ball. All right, so I found my ball in the pine straw. I can't just go like this. I can't pick up the ball and move it right here. If there's a pine cone against it and I move the pine cone and lose my ball, I can't do that either. What I can do is move the pine cones out of the way around the ball. But I have to play the ball down. I'm not going to touch the ball. And hit it out into the fairway. So our reigning champion, Chad Cronauer, recently played Cypress Landing with Gino Dore. And let's talk to him and see how that all went.
Hey, Greg, hang on. Give me a second. I wasn't expecting your call. What a surprise. Man, great to hear from you. Can't believe we're about a month away from doing it all again. Really looking forward to it. Gino and I had a chance to get out to the course this past Monday and check it out. And boy, am I telling you, I think we're all in for a big time treat. Greens out there had to be the high point. Heard a few rumblings of potentially the Augusta National superintendent heading out there and giving them some pointers, and they got everything set up beautifully for us.
So, Chad, what did you think about the layout of overall of Cypress Landing?
It's fairly narrow. A lot of water comes into play. All the fairways are lined with huge trees, so going to negate some advantages for the bigger bombers out there. Thinking about Ridgway, maybe he's going to really have to rely heavily on his putting game, short game, in order to have any chance at all out there.
So, Chad, what were your overall thoughts of Cypress Landing?
As an overall venue, Cypress Landing is going to be fantastic for the Carl Spackler Open. The golf course is awesome. I haven't run the numbers for the price per ounce for beer quite yet, but I think it's going to be right in the ballpark for what we've been used to in the past. On a personal note, I've heard Chris Price has been telling a few guys that he thinks I have the best chance ever for the first time repeat at the tournament. I don't know how that's all going to play out. We'll be teeing it up here in about a month. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing everyone and playing some great golf.
Well, thanks. Looks like everything's ready to go for June. So that's it for this press conference. We have about a month left before the next Carl Spackler Open. Looking forward to seeing everyone again. I will be seeing everybody at the player meeting at 9 p.m. in the hotel breakfast area. So until then.